All right, everyone. Welcome to today's product webinar. We're about to get started here. I just noticed there was a little question maybe in the question box. So Amanda says, I can't hear or see anything. Let me just make sure that everything is good to go on my end. Can you all hear me and can you see my mouse moving around the screen before we get started? Okay, looks good. Thanks a lot, everyone. Wow, we have a lot of attendees today for today's product webinar. We're talking all about our exciting new partnership that we just forged with Yext, one of the best listing companies out there. So we're going to get right into it today. Thanks a lot for joining us. My name is Rylan Morris. I'm the Distribution Marketing Manager here at Vendasta. A relatively new position. If you've joined past webinars, you know that I've mentioned that I've worked as the training guy here at Vendasta. Essentially, I help our new hires get up to speed with what our company does, what we stand for, our values, that sort of thing. Taking on the new role here of helping our partners better sell to their customers. So you might be hearing from me in the very near future. And I'm joined by the lovely Megan Wingate.
Hello.
Hi, Megan. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're pretty new here at Vendasta, hey?
Yeah, this is my first product webinar. Super excited to talk to you guys.
Awesome. And tell me a little bit about your role and what your job here is at Vendasta.
So I do product marketing. So any marketing related to our products. So for example, Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. I kind of head that up and make sure we write messaging and get the message across properly and clearly to all of our partners so everyone knows what's going on.
Awesome. Well, yeah, welcome aboard, Megan. It's great to have you. You've been with us for about a month and you're absolutely killing it. Everyone's aware of Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext from the sounds of it, so you're doing a great job.
Awesome.
Awesome. Before we even jump into our webinar today, I just want to let you guys know we're starting something new with our marketplace team. So for those of you that know, we have an excellent selection of third-party marketplace products available to sell through our dashboard. If you're in Partner Center, if you head over to the Marketplace tab, check out the different products that are available there. We are actually going to be starting a stakeholder project. So basically, if you're interested in becoming a stakeholder in some of the decisions that we make with our marketplace, maybe if you have ideas of products to add, or maybe you know someone who is developing software that's targeted towards small and medium-sized businesses that would work really well for the rest of our partners here, please let us know. If you are interested, just send a shout out in the question box right now. Let us know. I'm going to have Amy from our marketing team, or marketplace team, sorry. She's going to reach out to you after the webinar at some point to see if you would be a good candidate to become a marketplace stakeholder. So typically in the past, we've had, just our super premium elite partners be stakeholders in our products, but we really want to make sure that we're reaching out to partners of all shapes and sizes, and they have the ability to drive some of the direction of where we're going. So marketplace is a great place to start. And just let us know in that chat box, right in GoToWebinar here. Just let us know if you're interested and we'll get back to you. All right. Should we just jump right into it, Megan? What do you think?
Yes,
okay, this is so exciting. Listing Sync powered by Yext. Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So for those of you that are familiar with our Listing Sync Pro product, it's definitely one of our more recent solutions that we've added actually to our product repertoire. We have a listing distribution solution which helps our partners' clients get listed or visible on the 4 major data providers in the United States: Factual, Axiom, Newstar, and Info Group. We have solutions like My Listing, which is a free listing that you can provide your clients. Just another place that they can actually be found online. And then, of course, we added Listing Sync and Listing Sync Pro, which instantly corrected a bunch of different sites with a flip of a switch. We found that we were competing with one of the top listing providers out there, which happened to be Yext. And instead of trying to compete with Yext, and instead of Yext trying to compete with us, we just came to the agreement, hey, you know what? You have a really powerful listing solution. Let's just add you to our product. There's going to be some clear benefits to our partners because it's all 100% white label, and it seemed like a really perfect fit. So now our US partners who are offering to US clients the Listing Sync Pro solution will have the option to sell Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, 100% white label. Before we actually get into that product too, I want to talk a little bit about just the story behind everything, just to set the stage and why we're all here today, right? To help our partners, clients, to help your clients with listings in general. We all know the benefits of accurate listings. They help boost local SEO. One of the best things you can do to help a client with, or a small and medium-sized business with their search engine optimization, is to just make sure they're found in as many places as possible online. Of course, if you are found in a lot of different places online, that's going to help attract new customers. There's customers that use Yelp, there's customers that use Yellow Pages, even customers now that use, of course, Apple Maps to find businesses. If I'm looking for a business or the directions to a business, if I have an iPhone, chances are I'm using Apple Maps. I think it's like a close to 60 or 70% rate of usage versus other mapping software in an iPhone. So it's the de facto choice to use if you're an iPhone user. And if the business can't be found on Apple Maps, then chances are I'm not going to be visiting them anytime soon. It helps you protect your brand too. If you have accurate listings online, you have the accurate phone number, you have your accurate website. If you're not actively engaged in keeping that information consistent across the board on every place you are found online, that's detrimental to your reputation as a brand, right? If you can imagine, maybe there's a business that has or is sending people to the wrong address or sending people to the wrong phone number. You see a lot of this where there's different businesses that come in to try to claim listings of their competitors, and they put in their phone number instead, and all of a sudden, all that business from Yelp or wherever it is, it's being sent to that competitor instead. So really important. It's a big sort of overall reputation story as well. And the last point I want to talk about is how search is intelligent nowadays. We see a lot, this uptake in more and more people using voice search. Right? Siri is becoming more and more powerful every single day on the iPhone, iOS devices. You see a lot of people talking about Google Assistant. I know recently, actually, at Google's recent press conference they had, the I/O Developer Conference, they talked about how they just released an iOS app, or they're about to release. I don't know if it's in the App Store or if it's coming soon. They're about to release a app that is all surrounding Google Assistant. So that's the new Google's version of Siri, essentially, the new Google Now, that is a lot more contextually aware. It knows where you are. It knows what businesses that might be important to you. It recommends actively what businesses that are nearby. So, we'll see in the future more and more people actually using search by voice. And it's important that your clients know, that business owners know, that it's a matter of just getting your listings corrected in the important places where these different systems like Siri, Google Assistant, even Amazon Alexa, that your information is correct on those sources. So Bing, Google, it's important that you're maintaining that. But the struggle, of course, comes in, business owners just don't have a lot of time to do this, right? They don't have a lot of time to manually maintain hundreds of different listings across the internet. This is a complicated ecosystem too. You see a lot of people, there's different ways that you can claim listings. It's complicated even just to get your Google listing set up, right? Megan, maybe you can talk about this a little bit. So you are recently kind of in the process of starting your own business, your own small business, and you went ahead and claimed your Google listing, or what was that process like, right?
Yeah, so luckily I'm a little techie working here, thank God. But so we were starting an event rental company, and we were trying to kind of get some local search rankings going. So I was on Google trying to create a Google Plus page and trying to claim my listing, which was my address. And then I had to wait for the postcard to come. And then I had to go back in and remember my password for that, and then put the code in. And now hopefully that's all correct. But that's taken me now probably about 2 weeks time. So
just for one place.
That's for one listing.
That's just for Google, right? Yes. It's a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
And you can imagine 100%. If you want to increase your visibility, right? Like, what better way to just flip a switch with something like Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, right?
100%.
And have that all fixed instantly. So we're simplifying the process, this complicated ecosystem for your clients. Difficult to show proof of performance. This is more from your end here. If you are providing a listing claiming service, what kind of reporting are you delivering back to your clients, right? What are you actually showing your clients the value of having these listings corrected? And I know one thing a lot of our partners like to see and a lot of their clients like to see are a bunch of green check marks, right? Having a dashboard to log into each day and see, oh, all my listings are corrected, they're all up to date, and I don't have to worry about them being messed with by third parties or anything like that. I see these green check marks, and I see the value right away in the service that I'm purchasing from this agency. So that's a struggle maybe from the perspective of from your perspective as a partner of ours. And of course, this system is always, this ecosystem is always changing. The story that we told a year ago about the listings ecosystem and why it's important to a local business is, different than how it is today. I talked a little bit about Amazon Alexa. I talked about voice search, these different tools that people are buying and using nowadays, and how important it is for businesses to be aware of how people are finding their businesses online, and how very soon 100% of your searches are going to become powered by voice, where people are just talking to their devices that they're using. Maybe it's not even a phone. Maybe it's something totally different, something that's implanted in their brain in the future, and we just get to talk to it, right? But it's still going to be powered by the same search engines that we trust, right? So we want to make sure that this new technology story is in the minds of the partners or the businesses that we're actually talking to. So how are we going to help you help your clients? I'm going to pass it off to Megan now to just talk a little bit about some of the key benefits, some of the key selling points of Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext.
Thanks. Yeah. So, okay, we know that accurate listings are beneficial. We know the struggle. So here's how Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext will actually help you guys and help your clients. So like Rylan was saying, the listing ecosystem is complicated, and your clients probably don't know where to create all the business listings they need. Even me, I only knew kind of Google was my go-to, but there's dozens and dozens of listing sites and social sites and business directories that I likely have no idea or not familiar with. So with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext or Listing Sync Pro, we help you guys build a presence on an established network of search engines, social networks, business directories, even navigation systems in the car. So like Volkswagen or all those navigation systems that come right in your dashboard, right in your vehicle, and include other popular sites like Google, Apple Maps, Facebook. So we can do all of that, about dozens of sites with just the click of a button. So like Rylan said, that's huge, huge time saver. The next one, again, huge time saver as well, is all in one place. So our dashboard, like I said, for me with Google, I had to spend it took me about 2 weeks to kind of go through just one listing directory and get everything done. So like Rylan said, you flip a switch and everything is changed and updated from one place. Even if it's something as little as your contact information or maybe your store hours, you can go to one place, flip the switch, and it goes everywhere.
Yeah, so you can imagine like maybe your hours of operation are changing because it's a holiday or something, right? Instead of having to go to 300 different places.
Right.
Well, that's a little excessive, but in the case of the 70 plus sites that we say that are syncing with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, instead of going to those 70 plus sites, you go to one dashboard and everything's corrected there with a flip of the switch.
Right. And besides the flip of the switch, like the ultimate goal there for your clients is having the most up-to-date information all the time. So maybe, it's not a huge deal. They say, oh, I won't change my hours, just that one Christmas hours. I won't change it won't bother on 70 sites. But really what that does is that's bad information. So again, with the struggle that Rylan was talking about, now your customer doesn't have accurate information. Maybe they thought you were open till 6. They were saving their Christmas presents till like the last second.
That sounds like me.
Yeah, they get there and you're closed because you decided to close at 4 and that wasn't on your review. And now you've got an unhappy customer, maybe a bad review. So accurate data really matters to your clients. So again, having the one spot, make sure everything's always up to date for consumers. And then the last one that Rylan kind of talked about as well is protecting your listings from changes by third parties. So I'll just give you guys a little scenario. So if you want to picture this, picture that your company has a random business listing somewhere on the web. You don't really know how it got there. You're probably not even sure it exists, but your customers see it all the time. Every time they look you up on this, maybe it's on Yahoo, they see your listing and they call the number. They want to give you a call. And so they call the number associated with it. And every single time that phone number is going to your competitor because this is what we call a rogue listing. So a competitor even has made a listing for you and put their number on it. So they're actually like scooping all your business and all your customers every single time and they don't even realize, especially if it was something like simple, like if you had like a pizza company and they look you up and how do they know they're still offering the same service and all of a sudden your competitor's getting all the money. So again,
it's conniving.
It is.
It's really, really, not good to see other businesses going in and making claims for listings that aren't there.
Yeah. So again, super important that your listings are protected. Actually, it's one of the things that people probably don't think of. That's one of the biggest beneficial features because Listing Sync Pro will always monitor and make sure it's accurate. And if the data ever changes, it will automatically reestablish it for you. So 100% your listings are protected from third parties at all times. Next one here. These are some sites that we sync to. So these are some of the listing sites, like I said, that we're talking to. Sometimes you wouldn't even think of them or you wouldn't even think to create a profile on here. So some big ones, Yahoo, Apple, Apple Maps, Google, Facebook, Bing, Yellow Pages. These are all sites that with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, in the US, your clients can sync to. Huge, well-known sites, super exciting that you can get all of your listings on here with the click of a button. And for our international clients, so anyone in Canada, Australia, Denmark, France, Great Britain, Italy, our Listing Sync Pro service that you can get right now will sync to important sites as well, like Bing, Instagram, and all those GPS navigation systems. So huge value there. So Rylan, you can maybe let them know a little bit more about the pricing.
Yeah,
The
of course.
packages.
Well, even before we get into pricing, I want to talk about just the benefit of you being a Vendasta partner and having the ability to sell Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. We all know that there's more that you can do as far as as a business owner. There's more than a business owner can do to correct their listings online than to just use a service like Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. And a huge benefit with Vendasta is that we have all of these amazing listing solutions available to you right now. So it starts with manual listings claiming. Nothing really beats manual listings claiming. Like if you are a business owner and you want to respond to reviews that you're receiving on listing sites, if you want to actually have control over, like full control over that listing and actually be able to log into it and really, micromanage these listings, nothing beats manual listing claiming. And that is sort of at the top of what you can do to build your presence online. And through Vendasta, if you're an enterprise partner or above, if you have access to our digital agency, you can actually offer this as a service without any work on your end. So if you want to offer a listing claiming service, a manual listing claiming service, contact our partner success managers right away if you're not already on enterprise or above. We'll set you up with our digital agents. We'll set you up with a digital agent who can go in and start manually claiming some listings on behalf of your clients, and you have the ability to sell that higher value package to your clients. So they actually have control of those listings. As mentioned too, we have that My Listing as well, a free listing that you have the ability to offer to each and every single one of your clients. Really helps you build out maybe almost like a directory of sorts, something that your clients can go to and know that they trust you as the de facto agency that's offering the best listing solutions out there. And I also mentioned this too, listing distribution. So for our U.S. partners who are selling to U.S. clients, or even if you're a Canadian partner or an Australian partner and you're selling to a U.S. client as well, you'll have the ability to sell listing distribution, which is more of the long-term listing correction solution. It helps correct a lot of those smaller citation sources, a lot of those smaller sites you might see across the web that succeed that 70 plus that we say sync with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So listing distribution, you're correcting the data across the 4 major data providers: Factual, Axiom, Newstar, and Infogroup. And slowly, over the course of a year, information is going to be disseminated across the web. So you'll see a long-term citation growth effect with that. And, it's crazy because we're just looking at, if you look at this and take a step back at the slide, you just see, 5 listing products that you can actually start selling through Vendasta today. And I guess you might already be thinking about some of the packages that you can put together using our marketplace to really build a high value package as opposed to just selling a singular Listing Sync Pro product powered by Yext. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about, I have another slide here. We'll get into the pricing in a minute. But again, I just want to recap here the key benefits of selling Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, selling the Yext solution through Vendasta. You have the ability to sell it white labeled. So it's 100% sold through your own brand. It's sold through the Listing Sync Pro dashboard. We'll get into a little bit of a demo here just so you can see exactly where to find it. But yeah, Yext PowerListings, that kind of branding, you don't see it anywhere. Your clients don't see it anywhere. You still have the option, of course, to say to your clients, hey, yeah, we're partners with Yext. We use Yext for our listings correction solution. If you find that there's people who, clients that may be aware of Yext and you want to kind of leverage their brand power, by all means, there's nothing holding you back to do that. We have a really awesome wholesale cost. So, we say it's the best ever wholesale cost. If you guys are familiar with Yext pricing, they like to have you on commitments. They like to have you on more of a yearly subscription. We have a nice monthly breakdown for you to pay for that. And if you're willing to sign up more than 50 clients all at the exact same time, we actually have some really nice lower pricing for those commitment levels. So we'll get into that in a minute here. And of course, just even tying back into the white labeling here, Business Center. We have the Business Center that's available as a portal for your clients to log into each and every day for all of their marketing needs that you're providing them. There's huge value in this. If you're a business owner, one of the biggest challenges that you struggle with are all these different platforms you're trying to use to market your business better. Maybe you're using social media tools. Maybe you're using, something different, a different dashboard to log into your website to manage that as well. Vendasta brings everything into one spot, including Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, that powerful listing solution, all in one place. The benefit to our partners, of course, is that you have the ability to surface more solutions, more packages, more different marketing materials that are available through our marketplace. So again, three core points here. You have the ability to sell it white labeled, really good wholesale costs, and you have that awesome business center where you can offer all of your digital marketing solutions. So let's talk about the pricing here. We have two options available for a partner. Let's start from right to left. Maybe we'll start on the right-hand side here since we're talking about Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. We have an excellent wholesale cost here of just $25 per month. Megan, did you want to actually talk a little bit about the pricing?
Sure. Yeah, you guys might have saw that we were having an early bird pricing for May and June, which was awesome for $25. But now it's exciting. We've decided to keep this forever for everyone. Woo! So that's sweet. So $25 a month is for Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. And again, some of those exclusive listing sites, Apple Maps, Yahoo, Yellow Pages, over 70 sites that you get to sync to with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. It will be for the US only, but again, for international clients, we have amazing Listing Sync Pro service that again has a number of sites as well. And the maximum locations per brand will be 25 for new or 100 for existing partners. And so that's locations per brand. So that's not accounts.
Let's just maybe talk about that a bit here. So what we're saying, there are some limitations if you are selling to multi-location businesses. So for example, Starbucks, if if one of our partners here is selling to Starbucks, I'm sure they have like probably 1,000 locations in the US alone, probably more than that, right? Mm-hmm. We're saying that with our platform, you can only sell to a maximum of 25 of those locations. That doesn't mean, though, that you can, if you have 1,000 different businesses that you want to offer Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext to, definitely by all means, like we encourage you to sell it to as many different businesses as possible. It's just those brands. If you are reaching that threshold, or if you have like maybe a multi-location business that is interested in activating Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext for each of those locations, just reach out to your partner success manager and we'll just make sure that we can set you up with the right contacts at Yext or whoever, maybe we have a different solution that might make a little bit more sense for that multi-location business. And that number does increase for our existing partners. So I think most of you on the webinar right now should be all existing partners, right. So you don't have to worry about that 25 limit multi-location threshold. It's up to 100, which also applies to Listing Sync Pro, just the regular Listing Sync Pro.
Right. So yeah, with these two options, we basically made it easy for you guys to choose the right listing for your agency. So that's kind of the pricing in a nutshell. And if we go to the next slide. These are the commitments. So these are the pricing things that we can do by number of accounts. So basically, the more accounts you get, obviously, we discount that along the way. So you can see over on the right your margin just by us having that wholesale rate, the amount of profit you guys stand to gain by offering Yext. So their suggested retail price is $42 down the line, but you can clearly see the amount and the growth that you guys can have with this. The more accounts you get on, the more you stand to gain. So really excited about those wholesale rates because they are awesome.
Yeah, it's, this is unlike anything else in the industry right now, which is really exciting. So I just want to make it super, super clear here. So the way that this is going to work is that default, your accounts are all going to be $25 a month for each account. That's on a year-long commitment for each of those accounts. Doesn't matter if you have one account or 2,000 accounts, $25 a month is going to default to. However, if you think that you can sell maybe another 200 accounts or another 500 accounts or 1,000 accounts, reach out to your partner success manager. They're going to get you a letter of commitment. And if you say, hey, you know what, I can definitely break that 200 account barrier, accounts 51 to 100 are going to drop to $22.50. And then if you can break that 500 barrier, accounts 201 to 500 will drop down to $20 and we'll get you another letter of commitment for that. So basically, if you think you can sell a lot of Yext accounts, just let us know let our your partner success manager know, and they're going to get a letter of commitment available to you where we can drop the price of those accounts within those tiers here. So again, if you have any questions about that, feel free to drop it off in the question box below here, and we'll answer it at the end of the webinar. But hopefully that's nice and clear for you guys. All right, so I mentioned this before. Let's talk a little bit about suggested retail packages. So one of the hugest benefits with Vendasta is that you're not just selling listing solutions. You're not just selling Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext to your clients. You can sell a complete package, a complete digital marketing package that maybe, stems from a listing claiming service or a listing syncing service, but you have the ability to offer services like reputation management or a social marketing solution or a do-it-for-me social posting solution. So we have a bunch of different like suggested retail packages available for you to check out. Reach out to your partner success manager about that too. Here's just an idea of what this might look like within Marketplace. This is just what the Marketplace section, the store section of the Marketplace looks like within Partner Center. And then going from left to right, you can see maybe offering a DIY listing package where it's, Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, and maybe, one or two listing claims, or maybe just access to the listing builder product, completely DIY for the client for $49 per month. But you see here how we can maybe combine other products and services and Visibility Basic, Visibility Plus, Visibility Pro. These are just suggestions of package names here and what the icons might look like if you wanted to really get into and tailor a very nice marketplace available for your clients. We find that like that three-tiered system offering your clients three sort of options when it comes to listings, maybe a bronze, silver, and a gold package, really is the best way to sell this. And you're going to see a lot of nice new revenue come in if you are selling a package solution like this and not just a listing product like Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext.
Totally.
Awesome. So you know what? I think it's about time for a demo.
Time.
Yeah, let's take a look what this actually looks like in the product here. Hey. So this is a really simple demo. So, if I go through it too quickly, just let me know and we can go through it again here. But here I am in Partner Center, just like a demo Partner Center account here. So the URL is partners.vendasta.com. And we're going to first check out what Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext is going to look like, where I can actually find it for my clients. So I'm going to head over to the Businesses tab here, then Accounts. You may have noticed too, the accounts screen is, or this list here has actually changed a little bit. The UI has changed a little bit. It's a lot faster to load now. So we'll get to test it. BMW of San Francisco. We'll get to test it right now. Excellent. Yeah, super fast to load accounts, which is fantastic. Some nice new software improvements we have. And I can jump right into the listing builder product for any of my accounts just from this dashboard right here. So this is going to impersonate me as a Business Center user. And Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext and the Listing Sync product is actually a sub-feature of the overarching Listing Builder product. So in order to access this and see this, you have to actually access Listing Builder, this little pin icon right here. So if I go ahead and click on this, it's going to open up a new tab. It should load up. It might take a minute to impersonate in, but we're good to go. Oh, and it's a little, let me just increase the, there we go. Hopefully that's good to see there. So here we are within Listing Builder. And all I'm going to do is head over to the Listing Sync tab here. So it's the fourth tab from the right, or from the left, sorry. We'll access this. So if your agency account here, if your agency has Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, you should see the amount of site syncing in the top right corner as anywhere from like 65-ish to 70 plus accounts. It really depends on the type of business that you're accessing. So this is a car dealership here, BMW of San Francisco. So it says here that we can sync to up to 72 different sites. And if you scroll down below here, this is where you'd actually see what those sites are. We don't currently have it activated for BMW of San Francisco, but they can, if the business owner is accessing this product within their own dashboard, they can click Activate Now, which will get them in contact with the assigned salesperson, Brad Brown right here, and they can send them a little message. So there's that opportunity to get it activated that way. And you'll notice all the great sites down below here that we sync to. Absolutely fantastic. So this will only appear if you sign a contract addendum for Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. I would only recommend reaching out to your partner success manager to sign that addendum if you primarily sell to US businesses. Remember, Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext is only available to US businesses. Otherwise, any business that you sell to outside of the US, as within our regular Listing Sync Pro network of countries that we support, it's just going to default automatically to the regular old Listing Sync Pro product. So let me maybe just go back to the pricing here really quickly, just so we're crystal clear on this. So again, Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext is only available to US businesses currently. We might expand that in the future, but right now it's just available to US businesses. That means any partner that's currently selling to US businesses, whether or not you're in the US, if you're a Canadian business selling to the US, that's perfectly fine. The second that you activate an account for a business in Canada, Australia, Denmark, France, Great Britain, or Italy, that's going to default to the $17 a month Listing Sync Pro, regular Listing Sync Pro product. So you won't even have the option to activate Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. To the business, it looks all the same, just the amount of sites that sync are different, right? So there's no difference in the way this dashboard looks, just the difference in the amount of sites that sync, and some of the sites differ from product to product. So I'm going to do one last quick little demo here. Let me just head back to Partner Center here. I'm going to impersonate a business owner as a user of Business Center here. So how do I access this if I'm a business owner logging into my Business Center dashboard? I'm just going to impersonate. I'm going to do edit here. Perfect. So here we are. This is the dashboard that the business owner logs into, and this is what they typically see when they log in, is this products tab. They have the store down below of any products and services or any packages that they can purchase from your agency. But here's all the products that they may have purchased, and this particular business has purchased quite a few products from this make-believe agency that we have going on here. But in order for them to actually access and see how Listing Sync Pro is performing, they do that all through Listing Builder. So we can even see here on your mobile device, they can tap on Listing Builder that way as well and get that loaded up too. All looks great from a mobile perspective. And here we are once again. Again, they just click on the Listing Sync tab, and this is again where they're going to see where Listing Sync Pro is. Excellent. So I think that brings us to the end of our webinar here. So of course, we want to open the floor up to any questions that you guys may have. Let me just I have to actually minimize that. So yeah, if you have any questions about Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, please let me know. We're gonna hammer those out right now. Excellent. So we have quite a few questions here. Let's see what we have. So we have a couple of partners here. First of all, a couple of you guys saying that you'd be happy to be a stakeholder. So that's a stakeholder from our marketplace team. So that's absolutely fantastic. You'll be reached out to by either Amy or Janessa fairly shortly. So thank you so much. Again, if you're still interested in being a marketplace stakeholder, please let us know. Good stuff. So sorry, I'm just trying to go through here. So I got a question here from Patrick. Thanks for joining the webinar, Patrick. So the question is, we were under the impression that your listing distribution team would do everything Yext would do, but at a better price, and that's not the case. It really depends on how you look at this. So we still believe that the best sort of way to sell a listing solution is to combine different levels of products and services. So we've told our partners in the past that a really good way to get a client present online is to use our Listing Sync Pro product or regular Listing Sync Pro product that we've had for the past year, plus listing distribution, and maybe even selling like a listing claiming service to go on top of that. And that really does increase your online presence rather than just the one flip of a switch and done. So that's why in the webinar here, we've talked about some of these suggested packages, kind of selling a bunch of different solutions. You have the ability now to sell Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext for those businesses that are really interested in using that Yext solution. But you also have the ability to sell them a listing distribution solution that corrects their data on Factual, Axiom, Newstar, and Info Group. And of course, with Vendasta, we have our wonderful digital agency that will correct and claim listings as well. So really, the short answer is we still believe that the best sort of solution is to sell multiple listing solution that's really going to increase your client's presence online. There's no one real solution that's going to check all the boxes of what it means to be present online. But yeah, with Vendasta, you have that ability with all of our solutions. So thanks for that question there, Patrick. Jim here has a question. If we use this, will the directory listings powered by Yext still show Power Listings synced? So did you want to handle that question, Megan? Do you any clue here? So if we use this, will the directory listings powered by Yext still show Power Listings synced?
In actual Listing Sync Pro, it will never show anywhere anything about Yext or Power Listings.
Right. Yeah. Like in the product, it doesn't actually show. Yeah, show that. So one thing though that it will still show is like on the actual listing site. Some listing sites actually do say synced by Yext or synced by Uberall, which is our other listings provider. So the answer to that question then, Jim, is yes. So if the business owner were to actually go to a listing site that does display how the listing got that information, like Brown Book is an example that comes to mind here, it will display that it was synced by Power Listings synced by Yext. So I've got a question here from Patrick as well. Another tough question. We appreciate them. Keep them coming. Why shouldn't we buy directly from Yext? They are offering great prices. Well, again, hopefully you've seen the value here with Vendasta. So the big thing with Vendasta, the big picture thing is that we have more than just a power listing service, right? We have this marketplace of products, of third-party products that you can group together and easily sell using our snapshot report. So it's more of an ecosystem thing here. If you want to offer a singular dashboard for your clients to log into to access their listings that were synced by Yext, to access all of that great power behind that Listing Sync Pro product, but then also access a powerful reputation management product. And even if you look at our marketplace, solutions like 5-star, better video montage, maybe they have a website and they want to use our new form builder product that just came out. Having a singular place to offer your clients to log into each and every day is super, super valuable and super powerful. So I hope you see that power there too, Patrick. Got a question here from Daniel. What are the differences between your current listing service and Listing Sync Pro with Yext? What's the upside? So did you want to take on that question there, Megan?
Sure. I guess,
differences?
Yeah, the upside, and there's another question, I guess, 2 down that kind of ties into this. It's kind of more of a statement from Bill Ferguson. It says Apple Maps is worth the extra $8 per month. So I guess the difference is right there. Basically, Listing Sync Pro, powered by Yext, in the US is giving you those huge, awesome listing sites that you didn't have access to before. So those being Apple Maps, Yahoo, Yellow Pages. These are all huge directories and map providers and things that you can now sync to. So basically, it's just providing you with the biggest network you can have in the US. That's the main difference.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. Great. So another question here from Patrick. What about adding the healthcare related sites that Yext offers? So I know that's actually in the pipeline here as well. In the first slice with Yext here, our first integration is just sort of a light integration where we're doing kind of the basic power listing site, but there are definitely some additional sites that Yext does offer with some of their healthcare related packages. So I know for a fact that we're actually looking to increase the amount of things like reporting from Yext, the amount of sites that we actually sync to offer different pricing tiers. So you can look forward to seeing that in the future here, Patrick. All right. So got another question here from Freya. What's the difference between Listing Sync Pro and Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext? So hopefully that answered your question there, Freya. Just let me know if it didn't, and we can go over that one more time here.
Yeah, again, if you just had to sum it up shortly, the difference would be it's for US clients, and it is a larger network hitting all the most kind of popular directory sites.
Good stuff. So got a question here from Marty. Thanks again for joining our webinar here, Marty. Do you lose login control, say to add photos, update info, etc., when using the Yext product? So I think what you're asking is, will I be able to log into the Yext dashboard? And the answer right away is soon, eventually. Right now, we don't have that ability, but one day we will eventually allow you to log into the Yext dashboard. Currently, it's just all access in the exact same spot that you're used to if you're used to using our Listing Sync Pro product. So we wanted to keep it as simple and as seamless for our partners, and we'll definitely look at maybe integrating their dashboard into ours very, very shortly here, Marty. So Brenda asked a question just about the webinar in general. Will I be able to listen to this webinar again later? Absolutely. For everyone that's online here, you can check out all of our webinars either on our YouTube channel. If you just search for Vendasta on YouTube, historically they're all there. Plus, they're also available in our resource center. So support.vendasta.com. Under training videos, you'll see, in addition to just our webinars, our sales, and our product webinars, we have a plethora of different training videos for you to use either just for yourself or for training your team. All right, another question here from Daniel. Do you have to have Listing Sync Pro in order to then upgrade to Listing Sync Pro with Yext? No, you don't actually. So if you currently do not sell Listing Sync Pro, you do not need to sign an addendum to get Listing Sync Pro and then also sign an addendum to get Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. Just contact your partner success manager there, Daniel, and they'll be able to get you set up with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext.
Yeah, just to be clear, it's not like with that question, it's not an upgrade. It's just they're two distinct options. You either get Listing Sync Pro or Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext.
Exactly. So you don't really have a choice, unfortunately, once you have Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. All your US clients are just going to default to Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. And anyone international in those countries that you see there will be set to the regular Listing Sync Pro product. Okay, great. So another question here about health packages. So hopefully that was covered. So I have a question here from Dave. Does Yext pricing include listing distribution / aggregators? So Yext actually will sync to one of the 4 aggregators that I talked about. So that was with listing distribution. So our listing distribution product, just to recap here, that's where we're sending data out to Factual, Axiom, Newstar, and Infogroup. And with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, we will actually sync to Factual of those 4. Sorry. So there's still a clear benefit to also activating listing distribution to go along with this, and they are going to work together. So just keep that in mind there, Dave. So question here from Jim. Can we purchase this monthly without an annual commitment? Absolutely. So there is an annual commitment associated with it, but you can pay for it monthly. So that is actually how you pay for it, is monthly. We have a choice when you activate it, whether or not you want to pay for it, your client's Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext product for the full year, or if you want to pay that $25 a month that we have. So John here has a question about the addendum. Can you clarify that addendum comment again? I'm in the US, I have to sign an addendum. That's correct. So if you are interested in selling Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, please reach out to us, contact your partner success manager. They'll get you an addendum, and then basically any account moving forward then that's activated on Listing Sync Pro will have the benefits of Yext. So Sean and Mindy here have a question here. Is there any possibility that we can transition our clients that are using the current Listing Sync Pro over to the Yext version? I know several of our customers would prefer to have the Yext option. So the answer to your question is unfortunately not at this time. So if you currently have sold the regular Listing Sync Pro solution to any of your existing clients, they are going to have that for the full year that they agreed to pay you guys for. And then if you do decide to upgrade to Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, in the near future here, like tomorrow, if you're contacting your partner success manager, any account moving forward that you activate will have the benefits of Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So really, I guess, it's kind of a tricky situation, but hopefully the clients that you've sold the regular Listing Sync Pro product to, hopefully they're happy and satisfied with that solution and they see an increase in their online presence. However, when it's time for renewal for them, in a year from now or whenever it is that they're up for renewal, you'll have that opportunity to upsell them on that new package that includes Yext. Daniel has a question here. Do you have to have Listing Sync Pro? Okay. Oh, we already answered that question there. He just was asking about, do you have to have Listing Sync Pro in order to upgrade to the Yext version? The answer is no. You can just sign up for the Yext version. Just contact your partner success manager right away. Is duplicate listing suppression available via Vendasta's partnership? So the answer to that is actually yes. It's automated. So on Yext, they actually have automated duplicate listing suppression. We're not servicing anything about that in the dashboard at this point in time. Hopefully in the future here, Susie. But at this point, the answer is yes. We have the automated duplicate listing suppression turned on by default with that Yext partnership. All right. All right. So question here from Rick, just about the differences again, about the differences between the regular plain old vanilla Listing Sync Pro to the Yext version that we have now. If we upgrade to Listing Sync Pro, do we no longer have access to just the vanilla Listing Sync product? The answer is yes. You don't have access to the vanilla Listing Sync product, only for your US clients though. So if you're currently only selling to US businesses and you decide to upgrade to Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, every account moving forward will always be on Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So if you currently are using our Listing Sync Pro products and you're happy with the price point, you're happy with the amount of sites that it syncs to, and your clients seem to be very happy with that, you don't have to upgrade to Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. Maybe that's a conversation you have in a year from now or something. But you only have, once you upgrade, there's really no turning back. You just are stuck with the Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext for your US clients. Got another person here interested in being a marketplace stakeholder. That's awesome. You can continue to throw it out in the question box here if you're interested in being a marketplace stakeholder. So thanks, Tim. So just another question about the medical listings that Yext offers. They will be added. They're on the roadmap. It's just at this point here, Patrick, we currently don't have those listings, those specific listing sources available, if you're familiar with Yext's medical options. So Jim has a question here about images, special offers, sort of like more rich data. That's actually coming very, very shortly, not only to Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, but a lot of our listings products. So keep an eye out for that there, Jim. Alicia asks, I didn't see any Yelp icons anywhere. Is that included? Is it included there, Megan?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, Yelp is included. It's just unfortunately we don't have it in any of our marketing materials, but Yelp is included, and you will see Yelp, the Yelp icon. Actually, let me just see if I can bring it up here really quick. There it is right there. So Yelp is included with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. All right, question here from Garen. Sorry if I'm butchering your name here. Jared? Yes. Garen, I have a feeling it's Garen, so correct me if I'm wrong there, Garen. Does Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext include all locations currently covered by Yext? The answer is no. There are some additional locations that Yext can sync out to. The basic Power Listings, I think it's called the Power Listings 100 package, like the more basic Yext package that a lot of our partners have come to know. That is the basic offering that we have right now in Listing Sync Pro. However, again, in the roadmap, we are looking to offer more sources in the near future. So just keep an eye out for that there, Garen. All right, so a question here from Bob. Maybe you can answer this question here, Megan. One of the downsides with Yext has been that data would instantly revert back to the way it was before using Yext, possibly inaccurate data, if a business decides to not renew the next year. Is that true with this new partnership?
Yeah, so we had that question come up from a couple different people and sales reps. They're asking us about this. So the answer simply is no. So that isn't actually how it works. So did some research on it. Basically, the way that Yext, or the terminology they use, is when you create a business listing, they kind of lock it, is what they say. So they lock it up so that it's, again, doing that same sort of thing that we were talking about keeping your listings safe and protected from being tampered with by third parties and competitors and things like that. So what happens when you cancel after a year is basically all they do is they just unlock it. So they just open it up and then it's just back to kind of exactly what you would have without any sort of listings service. So again, just it's kind of a free for all. So then that's probably why it looks like it maybe reverts back or looks poorly once you cancel, is because now it's unlocked. And so that's really showing you actually just how important it is to keep those protected, because you can see just by that example how third parties can kind of mess with your listing. So they don't intentionally do anything. They just unlock it because you cancel, and then it's just left into the wild west of the listings ecosystem. And that's likely why people think it looks a little bit different than when they had the service.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question there, Bob. I know that a lot of people have that same question internally here. It's like, oh, won't my listings revert back if I cancel? And short answer is no. Yeah. It just becomes unlocked and available for third parties to change. I have a question here from John. Can you delineate between the different listing solutions again on slide 10? Yeah, absolutely. So these are just a few of the listing solutions that Vendasta has to offer in our marketplace. The three that you see here under, so it's Listing Builder, My Listing, Listing Distribution, and Listing Sync Pro. These actually all stem from the Listing Builder product. These three icons you see right here are actually all features of the Listing Builder overarching product. But I'll just quickly go through them here. So My Listing is a free listing that your agency can provide to your clients. So there's no cost for you to actually create these listings. Every time you add an account into the Vendasta platform, we'll automatically create that listing for you. So let's just quickly take a look at this here, what a My Listing page looks like. And yeah, it really is just a great way for you to build value with your agency. So not only are you offering to correct many different listing sources available online with the Listing Sync Pro product potentially, you can also say, hey, and our agency also has a free listing that we can give you right now that can be found on the web this very same day. So if I go to view my listing here, here's one that we have set up for BMW of San Francisco. This can be used in a wide array of you can use it in a bunch of different ways. So like we have a lot of agencies just using it as a basic listing. We see agencies offering it as like a microsite for really tiny small businesses that might not have a website. And even like a store locator section on a mainline website. There's a lot of businesses who actually like to use this to kind of differentiate between the different locations that they have. So yeah, lots of value behind that. And again, there's no charge for your agency to start offering that today. We have listing distribution again. So I've talked about it a little bit, but a free service, or not free service, but a service that you can offer to your clients to help them get corrected on the 4 major data providers in the United States: Factual, Axiom, Newstar, and Info Group. We have a manual listings claiming solution that is available to our enterprise partners and above. Anyone that has access to our digital agency, our digital agents will actually go in and correct those listings under your brand as an agency for your clients. So we call the client up and we say, hey, this is Danny calling from agency name here, and I'm here to help claim your Google listing or Bing listing or any of the listings that were purchased through that package. So if you have questions on that, if you're not an enterprise partner, again, please reach out to our your partner success manager, and they'll help with that. Listing Sync Pro, of course, that's the last product here, and that's what we've been talking about today. So there are other products that do help with listings available in our marketplace. If you wanted to reach out again to your partner success manager, they'll get you into that and kind of do a better job at maybe explaining the differences between all of them. Okay, great. Hopefully that answers your question there. Just seeing if there's any other, there's quite a few questions here, guys. So we'll try to answer as many as we possibly can today. And if we don't, if we decide to hang up early, so just reach out to your partner success manager after the call here or after the webinar, and they can definitely answer any of the questions you might have. So question here from Doug. Before submitting to the listings under the Yext program, do we need to have logins for the listing? For example, to submit to Yelp and have the system do all the work for us, must we log into Yelp? So the answer is no. One of the biggest benefits with Listing Sync Pro, even just our regular Listing Sync Pro product, not even just the X version, is that you don't need any logins for any of these sources. If the source is already claimed, there is a chance that their Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext might not actually correct the data. Hopefully, it already has the correct data because the source is claimed, meaning hopefully the client has already gone in and corrected their hours of operation. But for every other source that they haven't claimed or they don't have credentials for, it's automatically going to correct that information on there, Doug. So a really big value add. You don't have to spend a lot of time getting this set up. You just flip a switch and the information does get corrected. So question here from Tony, how does the pricing compare to buying direct from a local Yext rep? So actually here, Tony, we do have a kind of breakdown here on the suggested retail prices that Yext has when selling listing or selling the same solution in a market. So you can see what kind of margin you're working with here. I'm just going to, sorry, I have some screens in the way here that you can't see, but hopefully this does a good job showing you here of like what kind of margin you have to work with, what the suggested retail package is. And again, like, you're making, if you're just selling Yext, Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, you're making a good profit, $22 per account, maybe $17 per account. We want to see you making $300 per account. We want to see you actually making a lot more money than just that $17. So that's where our marketplace comes into play. That's where these suggested packages come into play, and building out actual valuable packages that mean a lot to your clients that they're willing to pay $350 a month, $500 a month for, where you can actually turn and make a really nice profit margin on there, Tony. So if you have questions on building out these packages in our marketplace, please let your partner success manager know, and they'll be happy to walk you through that. Question here from Patty. What information will be distributed via Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext? Will the description, payment type, services, brands, etc., all be included? So Megan will answer that question there.
I know, again, for Slice, like we had kind of talked about other things. I'm not sure if all of these things, I know your basic profile information is what will be pushed. But again, later, like Rylan was saying, we are already looking at enhancing the content that all of our Listing Sync Pro products have. So not just Yext, but also our regular Listing Sync Pro as well. So hopefully soon, brands and photos and all those things will be available.
Excellent. All right. So I've got a question here from Rob. I'm not sure if I really understand the question, so maybe you can just rephrase it with a little bit more detail here, Rob. But Yext allowed a call to action in Power Listings. Is that also available with this offer? We have, if you noticed here, there is a call to action for Listing Sync Pro, which is powered by Yext, of course. So this call to action is available in the Listing Builder product. And by clicking Activate Now, this actually just connects with your salesperson through Sales and Success Center. They receive an email notification as well. So perhaps that's what you're referring to there, Rob, or something similar to this. Again, this is in the product facing your client. So as long as they're in here logging into your dashboard with your branding on it, of course, they'll be able to see this call to action. Let me know if that answers your question there, Doug. Got a question here from Doug as well. We work primarily with medical professionals. Vitals recently went Yext only. Do you have a time frame on when we'll be able to sync to Vitals?
Not yet, but we could get one.
Yeah, we can get back to you there, Doug. Hopefully sooner than later. Again, we're looking to expand this very, very quickly just because there is a ton of interest in this product. So yeah, we'll get back to you there, Doug. All right, Tim has a question. There are different directories in Listing Sync Pro from Yext. If we use the Powered by Yext version, do we still get both sets or one or the other? So the answer is we basically one or the other. So if you decide to upgrade to Listing Sync Pro Powered by Yext, all of your accounts moving forward will benefit from the sources that you see here, of course, the sources that sync with Listing Sync Pro Powered by Yext. There are some sources that are specific to Yext, and there are some sources that are specific to our older vanilla Listing Sync Pro product. What comes to mind is GPS and navigation systems. The older product actually synced to like BMW, Audi, some of the big brand automakers out there, their navigation systems. but you do get a lot more with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. It's just there is some overlap, but there are some specific sources between the two. With Yext, of course, we have Apple Maps, you have Yahoo, there's Yellow
Yellow
Pages.
Pages, yeah.
There's quite a few that are beneficial to have for Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So one or the other is the answer to that question. So another question here from Freya. What about the rumor that says Yext can reverse your information if you cancel with them? So hopefully that was answered earlier there for you, Freya. And if you have any questions about that, listings essentially they become unlocked for third parties to go and change the information. So it's good to have them locked with a solution like Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. Question here from Marty. What about individual listings? So yeah, what about your Google listing? What about your just a listing? Something that might be one thing that you want to claim. The answer would be offer a service to your clients where you can go in and manual claim that for them, or of course use our digital agency to make that claim. If there's a listing source you see that a business owner really wants to have claimed that isn't part of the Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext service, then of course you can go ahead and offer a service to make that listing claimed. A question here from Brenda. Yeah, so this is the same question here, Brenda, just about the Yext reverting your listings back once you cancel. Hopefully that answered your question there. So what is Vendasta including in each of the suggested retail packages in DIY, Basic, Plus, and Pro? We have these solutions available through our partner success managers. So we'll definitely get you on a phone call with one of them after the webinar here. But just an example of like what this might look like in your marketplace, we can definitely build out these high value packages using a wide array of marketplace tools. So we will reach out to you there after the call there, Dave, to get those built out. Will it support Yelp? Alicia, so yeah, definitely it does support Yelp. So Sean and Mandy just have a question again about the signing the addendum to upgrade to Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. If there's no choice then after deciding to sign the addendum, can we immediately transition existing clients to the Yext platform? As long as they don't already have Listing Sync Pro activated for them. So if you have clients that are currently using Listing Sync Pro, the regular version of Listing Sync Pro, so the version on the left here that you see, they must write out the remainder of the 1-year term that they're on and then when it's time for renewal, they will have the option to upgrade, or they will upgrade to Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. You'll be able to upsell them on that. So the answer is existing clients that you currently have active on Listing Sync Pro will remain on Listing Sync Pro. And then if you decide to sign the addendum and become a Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext reseller, then of course, any clients moving forward will have that ability to, they'll be automatically put on Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. Another question from Alicia. If the customer does not renew after the year where the listings revert back, hopefully we've covered that, but basically the listings become unlocked. So there is a potential for them to revert back, but with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, they don't forcefully actually go in and change the listing. Change it back to what it originally was. Garon has another question here. Can we transfer current Yext accounts into Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, assuming we are not under a contract with Yext? Will there be any locations that will not be included in the transition? Your current Yext accounts? Yeah. So the answer is yes. You'll have to reach out to your partner success manager to make sure that transition goes smoothly there, Garen. We don't want to have 2 instances of Yext sticking out correct listings, but we have encountered a few partners who are just up for renewal for a lot of their accounts with with Yext Power Listings, and they want to move over to our platform and bring with them all of those accounts. So in that circumstance, of course, as soon as the accounts are done, you can switch them over, which is great. But yeah, it's kind of a gray area right now. We're working with Yext, of course, very, very closely to make sure that any accounts that want to be transitioned over do so smoothly. So reach out to your partner success manager, and we'll give you a better answer on that there for the accounts that you're specifically working with there, Darren. Question here from Bob. Will the weekly reports change? Score changes, and will the list of directors, will the weekly reports change? score changes, and will the list of directories reflect the new directories on Yext? So currently, I believe you're referring to the Reputation Management Executive Report. There's going to be no changes to that currently. We're looking at adding in all of those sources that are synced with Yext into our Reputation Management Listings tool. So you won't see any changes with that. If your clients do want to see a bunch of green check marks, as I referred to earlier, if they want to see those improvements, encourage them to log into the Listing Sync Pro dashboard within the Listing Builder product in Business Center, and you can definitely show them the proof of performance there. Just a comment here from Bill. Apple has 40% share of the US smartphone market, so definitely another just a really nice, good selling point to why it's so important to have your listings correct on Apple Maps there. So thanks, Bill. Really do appreciate that. Great question here from Tony. Will there be an unbranded video to promote Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext? Actually, there is one. We actually just quickly pull the blind one on here over on you. The existing video that we have that markets that you're allowed to use our unbranded video for Listing Sync Pro or unbranded announcement video. We've actually gone ahead and updated it to work for both partners that are selling the regular Listing Sync Pro product and Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So we made it a little less specific to, like, in the video before we were talking about GPS and navigation systems and how we sync to certain sources that aren't necessarily synced with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. But definitely this video is 100% usable now, whether or not you're selling Listing Sync Pro or just Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So I can send this to you in the chat box here. I'll just send it to everyone so you have quick and easy access to this video if you'd like to use it as an announcement video. And there you are. So a question here from Dave, just about our commitments with the pricing tiers here. So I'm going to go back to our commitment slide. If you graduate pricing tiers, will rate go down automatically in mid-cycle for prior accounts? So the answer to that question is, by default, every account you put on Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext is going to be $25. So it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 accounts or one account, all of them are going to be $25. However, if you reach out to your partner success manager, they're going to get you a commitment letter saying that if you can sell, if you agree to say, hey, we're going to bring over 200 accounts or 500 accounts or 1,000 accounts, we'll then drop the price of accounts 51 to 200 to $22.50, accounts 201 to 500 to $20 per account, and then 501 to 1,000 to $17.50 per account. So just so on and so forth. So the overall price of your accounts isn't going, the existing accounts, like accounts 1 through 50, are still going to be $25, but any account past that with a commitment letter is going to drop to $22.50 up to 200. And then again, with a commitment letter, any account past 201 is going to drop down to $20 per account. So it's kind of like a staired or tiered pricing based on the amount of accounts that you have.
And to answer the question, it doesn't happen automatically. Every single time you will have to do like a commitment letter to the next level if that's what you think you can do.
Yeah, hopefully if you have a bunch of accounts you want to bring over, you're actively on the phone with your partner success manager anyways to make sure that we can get all those accounts in the system, effectively using this product. Another question here from Rick. Thanks again for joining our webinar here, everyone. Thanks again, Rick, for joining us. Will you be continuing to add listing sites to the Vendasta Listing Sync Pro without Yext? Yes, of course. This is still a product that we're going to support actively. And as we look to support more products through that, it's still going to work, especially for our international partners. So a lot of people that are selling our solutions outside the United States, and Listing Sync Pro currently powered by Yext is not supported outside of just the U.S. market. So definitely, we're not turning a blind eye on our existing clients. So question here from Brenda: does Yext have 69 sites or 72? So that's a good question here, Brenda. Do you want to answer that question there, Megan?
Yeah, it depends what shows, and that's like the other existing Listing Sync Pro product is depending on what type of company you are. That's how many listings show up.
Right, like you aren't
applicable listings, right?
If I'm a pizza place, I'm not going to have listings show up for doctors' offices, right? It doesn't make sense. It's just whatever's applicable to my business. So if the number fluctuates, but you can say like 70 plus is kind of our
70
go-to.
plus, because I've seen some instances and some certain types of businesses that have had up to 73 syncing sites. So totally will depend on your line of business, but potentially if somehow you met every single category, you could be over 70 listing sites.
Awesome. Question here from Dave. Will Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext customers be directly marketed by Yext? The answer is no. We actually have an agreement with Yext where we've given them a list of our partners and they are not going to market to your clients. So the answer will be no.
Which is one of the huge things, I guess. If you go back, I know somebody, I don't know if that was probably 10 minutes ago now, asked the question about why should we not just buy from Yext? Again, that's another thing that is a selling feature. I know that that's been something in the past where Yext kind of sells to your clients, right? So end up being a competitor of yours. So this ensures, and our agreements with them ensures that your clients are not going to be marketed to by Yext, which is huge.
Yeah, really big benefit for being a Vendasta partner. And of course, we're never going to sell to your clients either. Like yes. One of our philosophies is be like you, do your thing, and we're going to do our thing here. We're just going to provide you with these great wholesale products and that platform to sell digital marketing solutions to local businesses. So question here from Freya. If Yext just unlocks the listings with Listing Sync Pro powered through Yext, does the same thing happen with Listing Sync Pro? The answer is also yes. So the way it works with regular old Listing Sync Pro is that the listing does come unlocked and any third parties are able to go in and make those changes because the listing is no longer locked down by Listing Sync Pro.
Right. Essentially, kind of goes back to that whole one of the features of the product being that it's like all the time protecting you. So when you cancel the service, that protection is gone. And so that's similar for both. So that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah, it's kind of like an antivirus for your computer, right? Like if you,
exactly.
a lot of antiviruses like Norton, for example, and it was a popular one out there. You pay for it, I think it's on a monthly or yearly subscription. And the second that you stop paying for Norton and stop having that protection, then there's a chance that you can get a virus on your computer, but you might not for a while.
There's not going to be a virus maliciously planted on your
it's
computer.
It's like ready to go. Oh, we know. Hey, this person's Norton's expiring. Better chase after them, right?
But it could happen because you're not protected anymore.
So question here from Dave. In other words, will Yext attempt to upsell other Yext solutions to these customers? Again, the answer is no. Yext, we have an agreement with Yext, and again, that's a big part of the Vendasta partnership that you have with us, is that we're never going to try to sell to your clients. So our agreement with Yext is never going to chase after your clients here. Question here from Marty. So if you do cancel your Yext subscription, so if you are on Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext and your subscription is up for renewal and you decide to not renew, are you then locked out of, the example here is Yelp? I don't think so. I think you can still go in and claim your Yelp listing. As far as I know, I've seen this happened with actually a few businesses within our digital agency where maybe the listing was even claimed by a different, maybe an old employee or an ex-employee at that business, and they're still able to go in and get that listing claimed and fixed. So we'll get back to you on that there, Marty, but as far as I know, it doesn't lock you out of Yelp. Question here from Doug. How long does it take for the listing to update listings after activating the Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext?
72 hours, approximately.
Approximately, maximum 72 hours.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of green check marks right away. A lot of this stuff just syncs pretty much instantaneously. But some sites do require a little bit more verification, but 72 hours max, typically. All right, Rebecca here has a question. One of my clients changed addresses from Florida to Chicago. Listing Sync Pro has some issues tracking down the incorrect address and changing them to the correct new one. Instead of showing the listings being, instead it showed the listings being non-existent. Will Yext be able to find extremely inaccurate listings like those? I've actually haven't heard of a situation like that there, Rebecca. That's news to me. So apologies if I'm just not in the loop with that situation. But as far as I know, like we're saying Yext is kind of like the de facto listing syncing solution out there on the market. And that's why we're partnering with them to give you those great benefits. So hopefully, if your client currently is on Listing Sync Pro, you're able to kind of sort that situation out with them. And maybe there might be an opportunity to get someone from our digital agency to you do some claiming to really kind of fix those listings manually for them. But any clients moving forward, if you do decide to sign that addendum with Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext, you should see a really powerful solution correct and update your clients' listings. Great. So Brenda here is just interested about our medical products. So if you are interested, Brenda, in just some of the great solutions that we have that are HIPAA compliant or that work specifically are really effective with anyone in the health and medical space. I know we recently just came out with some products by Agendize for appointment scheduling. There's a product for form building for websites. And of course, our Listing Sync Pro products both work for medical services. They don't quite sync to all of the specific medical sites that was brought up earlier, but that's definitely coming in the pipeline. We have other solutions though that really do work well with people in the health and medical space. Just reach out to your partner success manager, and they'll definitely walk you through the marketplace of those HIPAA compliant health and medical products. So question here from Susan. What are the third parties that can change the information on the listing? So really, it's just a matter of like anyone, like a Joe down the street, right? Mm-hmm. Who owns that competitive pizza store or something, right? Like that. It's really anyone, any sort of person or individual that wants to go in and make those changes. So Bill Gates here. Wow, Bill Gates is online. I can't believe it. Wow. Thanks for joining us, Bill Gates. We must be doing big things here at Vendasta. We got the attention of Bill Gates. But you got a question here, Bill. Will the video mention powered by Yext? So I believe you're referring to that unbranded video I just sent out here. It doesn't mention Yext in the video. So one of the big benefits of selling Yext through Vendasta with Listing Sync Pro is that it's all white labeled. Of course, there's nothing stopping you. You can still use Yext in your marketing promotional materials. It's still powered by Yext. And if you want to use Yext brand power and mention it all over your website that you're using Yext, then absolutely go for it. But nothing in our products or in our marketing that we're providing you to resell Listing Sync Pro says Yext in it. There's a problem with the video. There's no option to embed or download it. Oh no, let me just fix that. I'll fix it. I'll fix it, and we can resend it out after the webinar here, guys. Sorry about that. But there should be a way. Typically with all of our videos, you have like a little link here to embed or download it. Checked off. Excellent. Wow, I can't believe it. We got all of those questions. There's so many. But yeah, this just shows how excited, I guess, some of our partners are about Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. So, it's really exciting to see that you're all super engaged with today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar, everyone. And thank you, Megan, for stopping by.
For my first webinar. Thank you guys
you did
for
a great job. Round of applause for Megan. Great. So we're going to do the same type of webinar, product webinar, this time next week as well. So we hope to see you register for that and join us there then. And for those of you that we had some questions for, we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And for those of you that wanted to sign up for that marketplace initiative, just go back to that slide here. If you are interested in the marketplace initiative, before you leave, just go ahead and shout in the question box here that if you're interested in being a marketplace stakeholder, and we'll get back to you. But once again, thank you so much for joining today's webinar, all about Listing Sync Pro powered by Yext. Really nice new big product announcement through us. And we'll talk to you again very, very soon here.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.